Is Avalon Tech India's next massive electronic manufacturing services compounder? Let's unpack the financial teardown for the fiscal year 2026 to see if this company is poised for a multi-year growth runway. To appreciate this blueprint for alpha, we need to understand Avalon's profound transition from a simple component supplier to a high-margin global defense and aerospace partner. We can break this down into 4 core segments. The focus of the fourth quarter financials centers strictly on margin progression. The operational engine relies heavily on box build dominance and a powerful US to India manufacturing arbitrage. The proof of sustainability lies in the overall quality of earnings, cash flow from operations, and tight working capital management. Finally, the long-term vision evaluates the 3,200 crore rupee forward guidance, underlying valuations, and operational risks. When you zoom into the standalone fourth quarter of fiscal year 2026, Avalon delivered explosive top and bottom line beats. Revenue reached 480 crore rupees, marking a 40% year-over-year increase and representing the 7th consecutive quarter of sequential growth with a 14.9% quarter-over-quarter lift. Quarterly EBITDA came in at 56.9 crore rupees, up 37.5% year-over-year, while keeping margins steady at 11.8% as operating leverage began to scale. Meanwhile, quarterly profit after tax surged a stunning 69.5% year-over-year to 41.2 crore rupees. This expanded the quarterly profit after tax margins by 135 basis points year-over-year to 8.4%, sending basic earnings per share jumping to 6 rupees and 16 paise. To visualize how this 480 crore rupee quarterly revenue cascades down into 41.2 crore rupees of net profit, we have to look at the exact cost breakdown. Out of the 480 crore rupees of revenue from operations, the company spends 318 crore rupees on the net cost of goods sold, covering raw materials and operating expenses. Employee benefits account for another 77.4 crore rupees. This leaves Avalon with a healthy gross margin of 33.1%, which was optically dragged down by 110 basis points solely due to tariff pass-throughs. After these costs, the quarterly EBITDA stands at 56.9 crore rupees, retaining 11.8% of total revenue. Once you deduct 8.3 crore rupees for depreciation and account for outstanding taxes, you arrive at the final quarterly profit after tax of 41.2 crore rupees, which is an 8.4% net retention. This impressive profitability is highly sustainable because Avalon's high-growth verticals are rapidly outpacing its legacy segments. The industrials vertical commands the largest share, making up 34% of total revenue and growing at a blazing 65% year-over-year as the company continues onboarding global, long-term customers. Clean energy is another massive pillar, capturing a 20% revenue share and growing at 45% year-over-year, driven by a rapid ramp-up in commercial energy storage systems. The mobility segment, which includes rail at 16% and high-precision aerospace at 9%, holds a 28% revenue share and is climbing at 50% year-over-year. Finally, the communications vertical, though smaller at an 8% revenue share, is surging at 58% year-over-year as advanced satellite prototypes transition directly into high-volume production. The underlying driver of this financial transformation is a deliberate operational shift away from the low-margin trap of the past. Avalon is migrating from its legacy business model of basic component insertion into highly complex box builds. In fact, these complex box builds expanded to account for 56% of fourth quarter fiscal year 2026 revenues, up significantly from 44% previously. By delivering these end-to-end electromechanical assemblies, Avalon locks in its customers for extensive 8 to 10-year product life cycles, ensuring incredibly sticky revenue streams. This brings us to Avalon's primary competitive moat, the US to India manufacturing arbitrage pipeline. The operation relies on a dual-engine structure. Step 1 utilizes the US anchor, consisting of 3 specialized local facilities to secure complex global defense and aerospace approvals directly on the ground. This localized presence dramatically reduced the US operation's net loss drag, narrowing it down to just 5 crore rupees in the fourth quarter from a 14 crore rupee loss previously. Step 2 kicks in once approvals are secured, transferring the high-volume mass production over to the India engine, which consists of 12 world-class facilities. Thanks to lower operational costs, these Indian facilities deliver a massive 16.7% standalone EBITDA margin. This highly efficient pipeline means that while 62% of Avalon's end customers are located in the United States, 79% of the actual manufacturing originates directly in India. Crucially, Avalon's earnings quality proves that these accounting profits are translating directly into hard cash. The company delivered a full-year profit after tax of 112.9 crore rupees for fiscal year 2026. This net profit moved straight through an internal efficiency engine. Net working capital collapsed from 124 days down to 112 days. This optimization happened because receivables were tightly managed, dropping from 84 to 72 days year over year, while inventory leaned out to 84 days. Thanks to this operational tightroping, Avalon generated a massive 57.2 crore rupees in full-year cash flow from operations. This represents a remarkably healthy 50.7% cash flow to PAT conversion rate, which is phenomenal for a company going through a massive scale transformation phase. All of this is backed by a pristine, rock-solid balance sheet that provides the financial runway needed to power aggressive future expansion. Looking at leverage, the company maintains an extremely comfortable capital structure with a net debt of just 40.4 crore rupees, representing a negligible net debt-to-equity ratio of 0.06 times. In terms of liquidity, Avalon holds a strong buffer of 143 crore rupees in cash and cash equivalents, giving it the perfect cushion to absorb any short-term working capital shortfalls. At the same time, the company is experiencing a massive efficiency spike in its return on capital employed. The ROCE expanded from 10% in fiscal year 2024 to 15.7% in fiscal year 2025 and skyrocketed to 20.6% in fiscal year 2026. This asset-light matrix yields an incredible 9.9 times annual asset turn, allowing Avalon to maintain a positive free cash flow of 0.8 crore rupees, despite deploying 53.6 crore rupees toward new asset acquisitions. Looking forward, the roadmap to 3,200 crore rupees is paved with concrete catalysts. In fiscal year 2027, the company is launching its kavach deployment, which marks the commercial production rollout of advanced railway anti-collision platforms. Simultaneously, fiscal year 2027 will see a major launch in the semiconductor capital equipment space, transitioning past readiness verification into active part production for semiconductor equipment. These immediate launches feed into the longer-term fiscal year 2029 target to double top-line revenues. Management has provided a clear structural runway to reach 3,200 crore rupees, which requires a highly achievable 26% compound annual growth rate over the next 3 years. To give a balanced investor diagnostic, let's look at the rewards versus the risks. The rewards are clear: a highly attractive, expanding ROCE trajectory at 20.6%, a massive structural runway across aerospace, semiconductors, and energy storage, an optimized net working capital cycle at 112 days that frees up operating cash, and a clear path to total operational break-even for the U.S. facilities by late fiscal year 2027. On the flip side, investors must monitor key risks: high client concentration, given that the top 10 corporate accounts generate 61% of total revenue; potential working capital spikes, because complex box builds inherently demand massive, lumpy upfront inventory; and short-term debt swings, with short-term borrowings at 172.3 crore rupees being heavily reliant on specific program cycles. Fortunately, an earnings quality diagnostic reveals a completely clean red flag checklist. Is there a large gap between profit after tax and operating cash flow? No. The cash flow from operations hit 57.2 crore rupees against the 112.9 crore rupee total PAT, bridging the gap safely through tight 72-day receivable collections. Is the profit driven by a heavy use of one-off accounting tricks? No. Core performance is completely clean. The 11.9 crore rupees in other income was driven primarily by export-based foreign exchange tailwinds, not one-off asset sales. Are they hiding unsold product via sharp inventory buildups? No. Inventory cycles actually improved by 2 days year over year, down to 84 days, as major manufacturing programs shifted smoothly into active monetization. So, what about the valuation? Let's do a reality check to see if the growth outpaces the premium. The trailing price-to-earnings multiple sits at 54.8 times, based on the full-year fiscal year 2026 profit after tax of 112.9 crore rupees and a total market capitalization of 6,196 crore rupees. While 54 times earnings sounds expensive on the surface, the value gauge tells a different story. The forward price-to-earnings to growth ratio stands at a reasonable 1.1 to 1.2 times, factoring in the fiscal year 2029 target of 3,200 crore rupees in revenue, which requires a 26% compound annual growth rate. At a 1.1 to 1.2 times PEG ratio, this current premium is highly defensible relative to standard peer benchmarks in the Indian electronics manufacturing services market, provided their execution stays flawless. In summary, Avalon Technologies represents a rare intersection where flawless execution meets powerful structural tailwinds. Looking at the numbers, they have demonstrated an exceptional transition of 40% top-line growth directly into bottom-line profit expansion with an 8.4% net margin. Strategically, their unique US to India manufacturing arbitrage model acts as a true economic moat, allowing them to capture high margins on global defense and aerospace programs that standard competitors simply cannot touch. Finally, the forward outlook is exceptionally bright, with a pristine balance sheet boasting a net debt-to-equity ratio of just 0.06 times and high-growth catalysts like kavach and semiconductor equipment launching. The road to 3,200 crore rupees is cleared of major funding hurdles. Does Avalon's 1.1 times PEG ratio justify its premium valuation? Or are you worried about the client concentration? Drop your investment thesis in the comments below. If you found this Avalon Technologies earnings deep dive helpful, don't forget to like, save, and share this video. Follow and subscribe to ZinvestZ for more smart investing insights. Thanks for tuning in.